Hey guys, it's BK here, and today Bungie revealed the Titan Behemoth Stasis subclass. In full detail, we'll be looking at everything: the trailers, the blog post, this page, everything, and we'll be breaking it down. So let's start with what they reveal here: the Titan Behemoth. The cold embraced me, dimming the sounds of battle into reverberant echoes. Thin and distant, I flexed my gauntlet and felt the roar of glaciers grinding against the bones of the world. Cool. Super is Glacial Quake. By the way, that art right there. Hang on. Can I open that? Oh. I mean, I want a high quality version of that, please. Because that's fucking good. Alright, Super Glacial Quake. Forge a mighty stasis gauntlets and even the odds. One fist at a time. Slam the gauntlet into the ground, sending shock waves of stasis crystals that freeze nearby enemies. And then the melee is Shiver Strike. Launch towards an enemy, summon your stasis gauntlet, and do what Titans do best. Smash. Alright, I like that. So it's basically like, it's just like the Warlock. Their melee was like a one-time super, technically. Like one bullet from your super. The Warlocks could fire like one of those stasis penumbral blast bolts with their melee. And it looks like the Titans are able to just do one of those punches that you would normally have a full super for. So that's kind of nice. Let's read the block article that they have here, which should go a little more in depth. Alright, let's start. The Titan Behemoth crashed like an avalanche. Behemoths are high offense and high defense, creating solid stasis crystals to provide cover or platforms from which to leap. During their super, Behemoths can jump higher, faster, and farther with unlimited melee energy and high damage mitigation. That is awesome. You can jump higher, you can move faster and farther, and you have unlimited melee energy. Oh, I like that. Alright, so Glacial Quake is the super. Behemoths compel stasis energy to attach to their body, covering themselves in the frozen darkness, forming a stasis gauntlet in one hand, increasing their damage resistance in the process. So, you're basically unkillable, almost, during your super, or you're much harder to kill. Alright, that's going to be interesting. The Shiver Strike. The Behemoth summons a stasis gauntlet and lunges forward with explosive speed, smashing through anything in their way. Upon reaching their target, they unleash a devastating jab that sends their foe curling backwards while slowing down nearby enemies. Oh, so you'll like just punch enemies like back into a wall. You can architect your enemies. Okay, that's interesting. And then ground control. The Behemoth slams their gauntlet into the ground, sending out tremors of powerful stasis energy that leave crystals in their wake and freeze all enemies in the vicinity. Also cool. So, like, there's two things you can do while in your super. You can either, like, smash forward. It's kind of the same as Striker, really. You can either smash forward with, it's probably your light attack, or you can smash down onto the ground and then summon stasis crystals, freezing enemies around you, which is, you know, the ground slam for Striker, technically. So it looks like the Warlock as well seems a little bit like, you know, almost a Nova Warp kind of thing, just with a ranged attack, because if you, like, raise your staff in the air, you kind of, like, explode everything around you, just like Nova Warp. And with this, it's kind of like Striker, but, you know, it's stasified, if that's a term that works. Alright, so let's read what Bungie has told us here. Welcome to this edition in our series of Spotlight articles where we're examining stasis via each of the 3 Guardian classes in Destiny 2. In our previous edition, we featured the Warlock Shadebinder. Here, we're getting to know the Titan Behemoth. Titan, Smash, two things that simply go hand in hand. There are a few combat situations in Destiny 2 that cannot be solved, or at least made better, by a quick Titan punch in the face. When Beyond Light is released this November, Guardians who prefer the Titan class will discover a new subset of stasis powers that allows them to harness the power of the darkness. And yes, fisticuffs will be a part of it, but it's not the entire story. As we discussed in our previous edition of the series, each stasis subclass will embody a facet of stasis. Warlock Shadebinder emphasized freezing enemies, and as you'll learn more about next week, the Hunter Revenant is a specialist at slowing the action down. The Titan Behemoth uses stasis as a means of both creation and destruction. With the Behemoth, we wanted to put an emphasis on the ability to use Stasis to create crystals that can alter the battle by changing the very ground beneath your feet. Control the ground, control the fight. As a result, the Behemoth can use their Stasis abilities defensively, such as creating crystalline walls to block enemies in gunfire, or they can use it offensively by using crystals to freeze enemies. The Titan Behemoth can unleash a powerful melee attack known as Shiver Strike. Here, the Titan lunges forward, launched by a stasis explosion at their feet to propel them towards an enemy. While midair, they summon a stasis gauntlet that covers their fist and slam into their foe, sending them careening backwards and slowing nearby enemies. The Behemoth's super, Glacial Quake, begins with the Titan forming a mighty gauntlet on their fist. They can slam the gauntlet into the ground, sending out shockwaves that form stasis crystals which freeze nearby enemies. Covered in an armor of stasis crystals, the Titan temporarily becomes an unstoppable wrecking machine, able to jump higher, faster, and farther, all while blasting enemies with greatly increased melee attacks. If frozen enemies are bowling pins, think of the Titan Behemoth during their Glacial Quake super as the bowling ball, able to instantly shatter enemies as they sprint or slide through them. Running amok in a crowd of bad guys and shattering them like a perfect 10-pin strike is a fine strategy, but there's a degree of subtlety here too. If you want it, for example, you can cancel out... there's a degree of subtlety too there if you want it. For example, you can cancel out of a slide into a massive stasis-powered leap, only to cancel that just at the right moment and direct the Behemoth downward into a devastating slam. So punch if you must, but know that Stasis has plenty more to offer you, Titan. Oh, and now they show off some fragments. Alright, so I assume here it's just 2 different barricades, 3 different jumps, 1 melee, and... only 1 grenade? So Titans only get 1 grenade? Or is that just, do you have to unlock more? You might have to unlock more, because this is only showing 1 grenade, which is probably like the wall. But I doubt that they get, I doubt that that's the only thing that they get, right? Right. Tectonic Harvest. Fragment slots 2. Or that fragment slot's 1, that probably is. Yeah, because there's 1 slot right there. A Petrified Grip, grasping for something once held but now lost. Your hands create power from nothing. Shattering a stasis crystal creates a stasis shard. The shard grants melee energy when picked up by you or your allies. Oh. That might be really good. Maybe in combination with, like, the Sentinel, like, granting overshield melee energy. Okay. And then another fragment. Slow from your abilities last longer. Slow is like the crowd control effect. Yeah. For those abilities that linger, their duration will also increase. And you get plus 10 strength from it. Okay. Not bad. Alright, it looks like that's it. Next week, we'll be delving deeper into Stasis with our look at the Hunter, or with our look at the 3rd and final subclass, the Hunter Revenant. How do you make the quickest class even more deadly? By slowing down everything around them. That's how. Come back September 8th to learn more and check out the Stasis Hub page in the meantime. We are going to go back there because they probably have a trailer out here. Yep, the Titan Behemoth. It's probably footage that we have already seen before, but we're going to watch it anyway. I just love this music too. Crash like an avalanche. Yeah, so that's like the increased jump height. You can just do that. You can just jump like that. Alright. So, that's going to do it for the Titan Behemoth. Probably, a super that is really meant for just altering the battlefield, creating stasis crystals everywhere. To me, this seems like one of the weaker supers, just because the crowd control isn't that insane, though, like, I'll have to see that for myself, but the Warlock really seemed like it was, like, heavily focused on crowd control, freezing enemies, and the Hunter, by what they're telling us, seems to be the same as well, and the Titan just seems like, as they said, destruction combined with creation. So I'll have to see how that plays out, because that's sure gonna be interesting. Anyway, that is going to do it for this Titan Behemoth gameplay trailer, and all the other articles that Bungie posted. On September 8th, they're going to reveal the Hunter Revenant, which, of course, just like the Warlock and the Titan, will be reading through everything that they upload, and it'll go up on the channel the very same day. thank you guys for watching. If you want to see these things live or want to see me do any other game live, I play a lot of Destiny 2. Twitch link is on screen and in the description. So definitely make sure to give me a follow, check if I'm live. If you want to join my Discord, or if you want to follow me on Twitter, links are also in the description down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.